Welcome into the Creator Cabin. I am your host, Jeremy. And man, today do we have a really good show planned for you guys today. It is 1 p.m. Central. You know what that means. It is time to meet, greet, and talk about absolutely everything that goes into creating. Remember, if you are in the live chat right now, type in JB to share your YouTube channel creator link so we can all connect and grow together. Today is a really special episode because I am joined by a fantastic guest and a very good friend of the channel. Some of you may know her from her incredible energy online, but she and I actually spend a lot of time together over on TikTok. While she was over there expertly crocheting hats, I'm working over here making my own hats on the loom. It was a great creative sessions. We had a lot of them together, and I wanted to thank her for her time over on Hats on a Mission. But she didn't stop at crafting. If you have been following her journey lately, you know she has been taking TikTok by storm, dancing to some of the absolute best 50s hits. And she isn't just dancing in her living room. She has taken the show on the road, bringing that vintage energy and pure joy everywhere she goes. She is a multi-talented creator who knows how to keep her audience smiling. You can find her over on Facebook. You can definitely need to subscribe to her on YouTube at Adventures with Roxanne. Honestly, just search for it everywhere and you are going to enjoy her journey. Everyone in the chat, please give a massive Creator Cabin welcome to the one and only Adventures with Roxanne. Good
Hello.
afternoon. Hello,
Hello.
and welcome in. How's it going?
Going good.
Oh my God. And I know we got some people coming up in the chat. I just wanted to welcome them in real quick. First up in the chat was Rob, is my TA. Good day, y'all. Hello. Welcome in. And Scotty J Travels, from what we understand, was working and listening from the yard. So, yeah, we're outside in that hot, blazing Arkansas sun today. And it's good to know that we are riding along with Scotty out in the yard. Travel Cake Trips has made it in, says we're here for looking forward to today's show topic. Danny Dizzle, the Supermod 30, has made it in. Hello. Welcome in, mods.
Hello, Danny.
Hello. And let's see. Adventures with Roxanne, our special guest, is in the house today. Hello. Good afternoon. Cruising is fun anytime is in. Good afternoon. Hello. How are you? And then, yeah, just like Travel Cake Trips just did, type in hashtag JB or just JB, and Nightbot will drop your link. The Cam fam is in. Hey. Good afternoon, Mitch. What is going on? They saying what's up to Roxy. Hello, Roxy. And yeah, and cruising is fun anytime is getting right to it. Look at you, Europe traveling around to Paris and stuff. Yeah. We're gonna jump right into it, and I just want to. You and I hang out a lot on TikTok. You know, you crochet, I'm on the loom.
Right.
It's a cool little thing. What is it? What was it about doing a live crafting and chatting stream that connects so well with an audience compared to a pre-recorded vlog or video?
When you record live,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah, you get to me when you record live on TikTok, you get a lot of people in. They just pushing them in through and through and through, and I love it. I love the one-on-one with the people.
Mm-hmm. And let's see. When you're making a hat, how much of your focus is on the physical craft versus entertaining and talking to the chat? How do you balance both without losing your place in the stitch and also losing your place in the chat?
Well, I started crocheting when I was like in the eighth grade, and so after a while, you just learn to do, keep talking and crocheting. I don't. Yeah, I lost my place, but I just keep talking and crocheting.
Hmm.
Not hard. For
And you
some
can
people,
pretty
it
much
is.
tell whenever you slip a stitch. It's like a lot of that muscle memory comes alive, and it's like, wait, that one didn't feel right, and then you kind of look down, and it's like, yep, something
Yeah.
happened.
If you're counting and you have to have 55 stitches all the way around the hat, and you stop and count them, and you got 54 on a crochet, a 54 is not going to matter because you can just add one more stitch right there. Unless you want to go back 5 rows and pull it all out, just add one more stitch. And the knitting, a little bit different story, but
Hmm.
crocheting, you can just add one more stitch and you got your 55 again.
That'll work. And you have recently started dancing to 50s hits on TikTok, and people are loving it. What sparked the idea to shift from Minecrafting and YouTubing and traveling and cruising to dancing to the 50s hits on TikTok?
Well, I've always loved the 50, 40s, 50s, and 60s, 70s music. I grew up in that 70s era, and Elvis Presley, I was at his house the day before he died on a church bus, but he wouldn't come out. So we don't know if he'd still be alive if he came out to our church bus or not.
Hmm.
And I've always loved that kind of era in music. And so I needed to lose weight. And I said, if I'm going to lose weight, I could go 5 minutes down the street to the gym and pay probably $30 a week. I said, I can do it at my home and pay nothing. And see, and I've already had my channel, so I decided, let's try it. The first night I had like 10, 15 come in. Second night I had 30. And then it kept growing and growing and growing. So I said, I found my niche. I found where I want to be. Want to be
Yep.
up there goofing off. I'm a closet singer. I've been singing since eighth grade, in the church choir and all. I'm not the best singer in the world. People are on there saying, oh, you need to be on America's Talent and all this show. Well, they've got an age restriction, and it's like, I forget the age, 50 something or less to be on that show. But I'm just a closet, bathroom, house kind of singer, and they like it.
Yep, you're doing real good too. We're going to go over stats in here in just a minute because I'm going to show off your work here
Oh,
on
yeah, my
TikTok.
stats were really great when I left.
Right.
They were okay when I left, but when I came back home, they're fantastic.
So a lot of creators are terrified to try something new or to step out of their established niche. Were you nervous to start dancing on your channel? And what advice would you give to a creator who wants to pivot and step out to what it is that they really love doing?
Dancing for me and dancing in public and goofing off is okay with me. I don't care. You don't like me, you can go to another channel. Like I say, the door's that way, back up, go out. So it don't bother me. People say,
Right.
well, I can goof off and dance. I can be on a cruise and on a wheelchair, a motorized scooter, because I have bone on my feet. But I can get up and dance. And someone said, "Is she really handicapped?" It's not if you're handicapped or not. It's what your person can do.
Yep. Let's see. And you've been taking your dancing videos on the road. um,
Yeah, I did.
let's talk about it. I'm just going to pause the questions right here because I do know that a lot of our traveling friends are right here in the chat with us today, and they want to hear all about Roxy's trip. I promised the viewers that I would pick your brain and see as much public information as you want to release on today's show for the ones that are absolutely dying to hear about Roxy's travels abroad here recently.
Yes. So what do you want to know?
Oh, I like everything. Whatever you're willing to spill. Like, the trip there, the trip back, the
Okay.
highs, the lows, and everywhere in between.
All right. How the trip started was, uh, go back several years. I've been watching. I wanted to look up and start going to Disney. And when I was looking up Disney, I found Ron on the Go, and I found a guy named Park Pass. And Park Pass, I started watching him because I loved his Disneyland content and Disney World. Well, he put out a year ago, last August. Well, before that, he put out a trip for a cruise. Well, I missed that one. I couldn't get on it. So last August, I decided, let's see where this goes. Let's see. Let's get on this trip. I've never been to Disneyland Paris, never been to Amsterdam, and so that's where it started. Is I went to Amsterdam. We flew in the day before the party started. Went to Amsterdam, on my own. Everybody did their own thing for the day or two before. I went on my own. Went down to a shoe store just to see what kind of shoes another country might have, because I have very odd sized feet and can't find wide enough shoes. And then
Okay.
after that, we all met up the next day at the hotel we were all at. started our journey under a big airplane that the hotel had taken in on the highway, expressway, whatever you want to call it over there, put it at their hotel, and we had our first party from there, and then went on to ethylene. And I'm not even pronouncing it right. It's a amusement park. Let me show. I'll show you the amusement park. I got to. This is Amsterdam. We went to Amsterdam.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, and there's lots and lots and lots of bikes, thousands of bikes. They have a bike lane, and you get in their way, they're going to toot their horn at you. So we toured Amsterdam for the day on a bus, and then we went to a cheese farm.
Oh, cheese.
Oh, I mean, you can bring back cheese. You can bring back cheese to America as long as you don't open it. If you open it, then your cheese gets taken away by customs.
Mm.
Then we went to a fishing village. This is on the way to go to the hotel, to the amusement park. Well, then we went to the amusement park, and this is the name of it. This is a year older amusement park than Disneyland, than Disney California.
I really like that. It's got the one thing raised up off of it. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, it's got the I can't remember his name, the little person's name.
Hmm.
That's him and his girlfriend. And this is a hotel we stayed at. The hotel gave us a magnet,
Oh, wow, that's
and it's
amazing.
right in the park. There is another one that's right. Actually, this is right outside the park, but you go out their back door, walk the path, and you're in the park. But the other one, you can open your door in some of the rooms, and you can actually see into the park. But that hotel was a little more expensive, I guess. So, but this park, Ethylene, was the. I want to go back. We had 2.5 days. I want to go back. That was not enough.
Right.
I'm not
Uh,
a roller coaster rider. I'm more of a look at the people, the small, what they call the indoor rides, the dark rides. I'm more into those. The slower the ride, the better for me. But
mhm.
and the best food I had while I was gone was at that park. They had two pancake places. We ate at two different ones. The first one sounds weird, but it had ham. You could order what you wanted, but it had pancakes. You can have them plain, or you can order them with ham and cheese, fruit, chocolates. So I had a ham and cheese one. But the next day for lunch, we had what they call like half dollar size in America, or maybe pancakes.
Mhm.
And you can get whatever you wanted on them. They didn't have ham and stuff in it, but it had all kind of fruit, uh, chocolate. What is that? I can't think of the name of the chocolate. Comes we buy it in the U.S., but it's better overseas. Hazelnut, that in the jar. So I had that with butter, and they were the best pancakes I ever put in my mouth.
Man,
I think that was the best food. It's inside the park. That was the best park food I'd ever had. Was those little bitty tiny pancakes, about so big. You got. I think there were 15, and then 20 or 25. So
mhm.
I had a small 15 plate.
There are some questions coming in
Yeah,
from the chat here. You answered Cheryl's. What did you do in Amsterdam? But Travel Cake Trip says that cheese farm looks interesting. Note to self: wait till we get home to open our cheese. LOL. Don't want it taken away. Cheryl is asking, who did you travel with to Europe?
I went with Park. His name is Park Pass off YouTube. He is a Disney content creator and other park creator. Universal, Disney, travel. He does a lot of different travels.
Very nice. Travel Cake Trip says, how do you choose what part of your trip you want to share with your subscribers?
Well, I can share just about anything except what the new stuff's coming up for next year. We cannot share that yet because it's not finalized, and he gives those that go on the trip first dibs at going on next year. So once I find out and I sign if I'm going to sign up, then I can tell my viewers, hey, if you want to go with this group of people,
Hmm.
you can sign up then.
Okay, because Cheryl says, I want to go with you when you return.
Yes.
She wants to go. All right, let's see. The next thing it says, has changing up your environment and background give you a boost in creativity or help your videos perform differently? The ones I'm talking about specifically are the dancing videos you did in Europe. Like I know we watched the Paris one a few dozen times at least. So I was wondering specifically, your videos abroad, are they doing a lot better than the ones that you're doing here?
Well, when I was on the trip, the guys that do this, they're called I can't think of their name now. Flora Vida is the name of the group out of Amsterdam. He's a travel agent, but he books with different uh, people that have really high content. 3 or 4 times a year, he'll take a group of people. Well, him and his name is William and Rick. And Rick kept saying that William wants to dance with you on a video. And he says, no, 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 you, Rick, you're going to dance with me on a video. So that's who you see dancing with me is Rick from the travel group. He said, all right, where do you want to do one? He said, I know, let's do it right here in front of the Notre Dame.
Yep.
Well, we could have went in the Notre Dame, but the line was so long. It's free to go in, but you only had like 15 minutes because when you were with a group, you're on a schedule. Well,
Hmm.
he learned that while we're gone, that we're going to drop one of the places we go to. It's probably the cheese farm because the other two places we went to had cheese there. He said, so why double, you know? So he decided, let's dance in front of Notre Dame. And that was not one of my highest videos, but one of my other highest videos is me singing on the airplane. I'm leaving on a jet plane from Atlanta. I sang that, and I've got 25, I think, thousand viewers, K views.
Wow.
Yeah,
And I remember, I remember whenever I first saw you on YouTube, you know what you were doing is cleaning out a room.
yeah,
That was it. You were just cleaning out a room and sitting there talking to the camera. I put you away for a while. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. She's talking. I went somewhere else, came back, and you were still talking. It was like maybe 2 or 3 hours later. And I'm like, man, she's got stamina. Like she can stay on live for a long time. And that's what first pulled me into your video is that, you're really taking care of business. And then you played Minecraft. And of course, you got the gaming community and attention. And then I learned you're a crocheter. So you and I started doing that. And then you're a cruiser and all around world traveler now. And
yeah.
they want to see your video that we
Now,
were talking about.
yeah, I can put the Notre Dame up on YouTube, but I can't put my everyday TikTok videos on YouTube because
Right.
it would say copyright, 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 copyright.
Well, and I am going to display some of Roxy's work right now. Let me see what we can that we
Yeah,
can do here. So we got the YouTube channel here, and it is her handle is at Roxanne5943. In the event that you want to get over there and check it out right now, she is sitting at 2.82K subscribers and just as many videos. So she lives in Georgia. Definitely got some live streams, um, going on here. We got a bunch of videos. The the shorts is I think what is getting a lot of attention too, because what I'm seeing that you're doing is you went to the Stellarfest here, and I know that you go to TwitchCon and things like
yeah,
that as well.
yeah. I
Has
went to all those.
have your TwitchCon and YouTubeCon videos done well as far as the creator community coming in to check out, what is to be seen at the TwitchCon and things like that? Do those videos do very well for you?
They did okay. I've had some of my live videos when I'm on the ship showing the parties. They did really well, but you can't put that music out again Once I did it live, I get a copy strike if I kept going with it.
Yep. And yeah, I mean, you got all kind of different stuff here. There's a bunch of cruise content. There is taste test reviews, and another good thing that you did on one of your lives is you took us to the farmers market. I know you remember that one because
Yeah,
you
I
just
take y'all to the farmers market. I haven't been this year because actually I forgot they had started, and then I had
mhm.
my trip, and so that took 3 of the weeks that they were there. So this Tuesday I'm gonna go back, but my content probably be on TikTok.
Yep. And speaking of TikTok, that's next. So this is amazing right here. Adventures with Roxanne can be found on TikTok at Roxanne19590. Um, she has 50.7K followers over here on Adventures with Roxanne, and that's what she's doing. She is dancing, y'all. And I,
50.
I just want to,
Okay, I went up overnight again.
you did, you're at 50.7K. And this is the kind of stuff you can find right here on TikTok. It's Roxy singing and dancing and talking to the chat. And this was just 16 hours ago. It has had 318 likes, 24 comments, 12 saves. Whenever people start saving your content, you're doing well on this. It's getting a lot of attention over here on TikTok, but that's what you can expect. And then Roxy also has a Facebook page as well, and she's sharing some content over here. Looks like some of these shorts go over on your dancing in London, goofing off. Here's one of the dancing videos, and I know I saw one over here. Yeah, you and her. Now let's talk about this lady right here because you were really having fun. Where was this? And explain the scenario here.
All right, this was at Sequoia Lodge, and they all wanted to. Several of them wanted to do a TikTok with me. They said, "Oh, let's do a TikTok. Let's do a TikTok." I don't
Uh-huh.
remember her name. She was in the group, and so some of them were really drinkers. I do not drink, but maybe 2 or 3 times a year I'll have a drink. And
Hmm.
so I said, "Okay, we'll do it." But I didn't know she was going to be so silly, you know.
Oh, okay. Yep, that's the one that I saw. And then I was scrolling some more and I saw this one. I'm
Yes,
like,
that's the one in Notre Dame.
mm-hmm, very nice. And then I think the guy walks up and and he joins you for a second on
Well,
that
there's a,
one.
no, there's another one that he joined me on. I don't remember where it's at.
Oh, okay. But yeah, this is the kind of content that you can expect from Roxy. I mean, she's got all kind of just a variety of things that she does on all the socials and stuff. Can people find you anywhere else online? I went over to Instagram, but you had like one post
I
on
have
there.
Instagram, but I don't remember. I don't think the post over there, but I have the Instagram. I
Right.
have the Twitter, twitter.com, but I don't post over there anymore. After going to Twitter, there was some problems with the people at Twitter,
Mm-hmm.
some stories that people got arrested, parties, they didn't care if you were in a scooter or not. And so there's some things that really you had to been there and to know that I won't go back.
Yep. Mike's at the house. Cruise ship drone is checking in, saying, "Hey, what's
Hello,
up with
hello.
Roxy?" And then Danny D is dropping Roxanne's YouTube channel here in the chat. The way you can get over there and join the journey. And I know that she would appreciate you getting a follow over on her TikTok as well. I believe that is going to be your main focus going forward.
I'm
Uh,
gonna do TikTok, and I started Patreon. Haven't got anything on it yet. I gotta figure out how to finish up to get maybe that started. But I
mm-hmm.
think TikTok's where people want to see me at.
Yep.
Even you do get paid on TikTok for after 1,000 views. You get to start getting paid, and after so many more views, I think it's what 5,000. You get so much more creative stuff. But when I went over there, my friend William and Rick said, "Yeah, the Dutch, the European people like you," and so that's how I got my big following.
Oh, wow.
I went from 17 when I left Georgia to now 50 on
Wow.
TikTok. and that was in 2.5. That was I was gone 16 days.
And that was the Dutch people.
Yeah, the Dutch and the European people.
Shout out to the Dutch.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, yeah. And cruising is fun. Anytime is asking you, do you enjoy TikTok more than YouTube?
lately I have. I'm getting. I mean, no offense to all you people that are here tonight who have followed me, but I was listening to somebody else last night, and they were asking, "Well, did you see my live on so and so about what's coming up?"
Hmm.
And none of them in there had watched it. So
Yeah.
I don't mind if you're not going to watch it, but if you can watch it in the replay, that's fine. But when I go on live there and I get one person in the room or zero people in the room, I kind of get disappointed. I go over to TikTok and I can do a live and I can have 40, 50, 60 in the
That's right.
room.
That's right.
And so
You
I'd
get it.
rather go where the people are.
Yep.
Yeah. And TikTok is not hard to do. I get a lot of people who want, a lot of guys and girls wanting to go out with me on TikTok. I ignore them. Just ignore them. Keep going on about your business and keep ignoring them. Well, I need money. Well, I tell them if you need money, start your own TikTok channel. If you're on here, you can, all you got to do is push that live button and go. After you've been on TikTok for 3 days, you can go live. Go live every day, 30 minutes to an hour. And after a week or two, you're going to have the following and you're going to start getting the up and up and up with your channel.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Be consistent. And
Yeah.
yeah, I can go in any live on TikTok, and there's easily 100 people in there, and I'm like, these are not ghost accounts. These are real people typing,
Yes.
and the chat is just running real fast. And I'm like, wow, it does have a big following over on TikTok. So that's why I wanted to highlight what you did there, because I think that is going to be, pretty much your main focus. Because like Baby said, you have found your niche of people that really just love them some Roxy. And I did not know that that much of your following just came from over the last few days. How does that feel?
It feels, it was weird at first, like, oh my, I went from 17, then overnight, I'm like 20, then the next day I'm 30. And then I ended up with like about 1,000 or 2,000 a day.
Hmm.
And you don't get that on YouTube.
No.
It takes weeks and it took me three. I started in 2020. I started in 2015 on TikTok. I mean YouTube, and I was just doing it like everybody else to watch people, and then I'd put
Hmm.
out a video here and there. And I decided to go live after my husband died, and it would go up slowly, but it took it over a year to even get enough to be monetized. And then within 6 months, I was like flat again because you have to keep the hours.
Yep.
TikTok, you don't have to keep the hours. You just have to keep the follower. You have to, once you get your followers, you're set on TikTok.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what I like about it. People hit that live button. That's what I do. Whenever I scroll TikTok, I'm scrolling lives. And because you could pop into somebody's room and just introduce yourself. Next thing you know, you got a bunch of people following you. And that's a really cool place to hang out. TikTok is just amazing. It really
Yes.
is. The Cam Fam is asking, do you feel TikTok is more friendly because there are not as many restrictions?
Yes, I do. They're more friendlier, except some of the people, some of the guys. I'm saying guys because there are a lot of guys on there coming to my room just to see me shake my boobies. Shake, get up and dance. But I've learned to ignore them. Turned off my DMs because if I didn't turn off my DMs, I was getting 40, 50, and 60 of just these people wanting to talk to me every day, and I can't talk to them every day. I could talk
Mhm.
to you in the chat room. If we have to stop my dancing and talk about a problem you've got or something, I'll do that. But I'm not going to do it in my DMs because that can take up too much of your time.
Susie Q is coming, I believe, from your side because it says paired. It says a lot of people are trying to rumble too. Hi, Roxanne. Gonna go back to listening.
Yeah, I did make a Rumble account. I've only put one thing out on Rumble, and I really actually forgot about it. I was at a convention, travel convention, and they were there promoting the Rumble site. So I signed up at the travel convention last year, and so I may have to give that a try. Rumble is a lot easier, they say, than YouTube. I don't know. I've only did one video, been only over there twice.
When you do some more research, I got to have you back on so we can talk Rumble and Patreon, because Patreon is a whole different ball game over here. I'm really enjoying Patreon. And shout out to the Patreon audience. If you're coming in live, I am not monitoring the chat, but thank you so much for joining in on that side as well. Roxy is rebroadcasting to her YouTube and Facebook. Thank you guys. Welcome in everybody that's on the paired channel as well as this one. Welcome in. Scotty J Travel says TikTok is full of restrictions.
Yes.
To a certain extent, that is true. To a certain extent, that is true. You cannot say certain things on TikTok that you can say over on YouTube. I believe that as far as speech is concerned, it is more restricted over on TikTok. YouTube is not as stringent whenever it comes to what you say or what you do on camera. TikTok has an eye watching you at all times. You know, if a kid runs across your live stream, it's like, oh snap, you just showed a kid, you broke the rules. So TikTok is I believe a lot more stringent on content that other people find offensive. I do believe that to be more restricted, but they're Travel Cake Trips is asking you, for you, what is the difference between maintaining YouTube and TikTok?
TikTok, you don't really have to do a lot. You just turn your live on and go.
That's it.
YouTube, you can go live, but you have to make sure there's no music in your background when you're on YouTube. To make sure that if you have kids, that you've got your your channel set up for kids, and you've also got to make sure that you're fully clothed. On some of the other channels, well, even TikTok, you can't be nude or anything like that,
Right.
but you have to be appropriate, you know? And so I don't have to worry about it as much on TikTok. If I can turn my music on, I can have the TV on, and they're not going to say anything because TikTok has bought the rights to 95% of the music.
Yep.
There's that 5% that you're going to get. And then if it gets too many times, the next thing you know, TikTok has bought that right too.
Yep.
So that's where I like it so much easier.
It does. As far as if you're a Mac user, just fair warning, TikTok has not created a program or application that you can run TikTok live on. Unfortunately, I have to use my phone a lot of times, or you can use a Windows PC. Whenever you do go live on TikTok, do you just use your phone and then read the chat from your phone, or have you hooked it into your laptop and used a secondary camera yet?
See, I use my phone for my music. Now, when I was on my trip, I took my phone that's right here and I would go live. I did have my little laptop with me, but I didn't take it out because too much trouble to set up the web, the turn on the web,
Mm-hmm.
internet. I couldn't get it to work right. So I just didn't do any dancing with music. I did it with my head. But to set it, they want to know about the setting up progress.
Right.
The setting up progress, once you sign up as like a YouTuber or a TikToker just for the watching people and you want to go live, you don't have to do anything except hit that live button and it will tell you what's you only want to know the title of your live, you know, and once you get monetized, then they want to know if you want to set up a goal, a gift after that, until you get where you have 1,000 followers, you don't have to worry about anything except turning it on and you can just say, my live is high. My live is I'm doing dancing, I'm doing cooking, whatever. And they do have categories, but if you don't put your live in your category, they're not gonna care. it'll still push it out.
Yep. Another thing too is whenever you're first setting up your account, getting into TikTok is a whole lot easier. Getting into YouTube and setting it up for starting up your YouTube channel and passing through those 3 levels of verification and things like those, I believe that YouTube is going to be harder on the setup process than TikTok. Once you get into TikToking, like Roxy does, then you start talking about monetization. Now, you are monetized from day one on TikTok. All you have to do is, like Roxy said, go live 3 times for 25 minutes. Then you have access to the studio, to the live studio. Then you can go live all the time, and people can donate to you while you're live, and that's what makes you monetize from day one.
Yep. You can get monetized on day one, but you can't take the money out until you have 1,000 followers.
Correct. Once you have over 1K followers, then your payout threshold is also lower. Every Wednesday is TikTok payday. That's the
Yeah.
way I have it set up. I have it going automatically to my PayPal account every Wednesday morning, like clockwork. They give you everything above $1, or you can set it to give you everything above, a certain amount. You don't have a payment threshold with
Yeah, they
TikTok.
changed it this week where you used to get the whole amount.
Yeah,
Now they've got a new thing on there where you have to say how much do you want, and they send that amount. If you make that amount, they'll send that. So I put $100.
right.
I've not gotten $100, but if I do get $100, that's the top amount they'll send me.
Okay. And then yeah, let's see. There's another thing too with TikTok is that you're going to have a lot more eyes on you at one time. And so people are going to come from everywhere. There's things that people on TikTok do called battling. If they come in and ask you if you want to battle, that means that do you want to have a follower click off? Like, how many times can people tap your screen versus tapping their screen? The language on TikTok is different, and there's some things that mean one thing over here, but no, don't necessarily mean the same thing over there. Battle being one of them. And so I wanted to highlight that too. But as far as the setting up process, I believe that uh,
That's the easiest to me. We
TikTok
just set
is
it
easier.
up.
Starting on TikTok with 0 followers, what was your first experience like, and did people join after your first TikTok?
Yeah, my first TikTok I think was crocheting. I don't remember. Might have been crocheting. It might have been just on someone else's live. But TikTok, you're sitting there, and before you start, it says we're gonna tell the TikTokers that you're there, and
Hmm.
like you're scrolling and you hit that little button to see the next person. That you're going through people's rooms that are live or not always live. There could be their recording as I did yesterday. But they're going to push them through your room. If they like it, they're going to stay. If not, they're going
Hmm.
to hit that button and keep going to the next room.
Yep. Baby says, I like that about TikTok, but I'm nervous about going live on TikTok.
TikTok to me is not any different than going live on YouTube. You're going to get people from all over the country. The only difference is TikTok going to push out more in the United States region if you're in the United States than
Hmm.
they are other countries. Other countries are still going to get it, but they're going to push it out to your region like Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee, North Carolina, and Florida are the surrounding states. I'm going to get more in those areas than I would. Like, so when I went to the Amsterdam, London, and Paris, I got more from that region coming through.
Wow.
But they're going to push your area first. They're going to push out the United States first, then they're going to push out the other countries. And if they're up in the middle of the night when you're live during the day, then you're going to maybe get a follower from them. And I don't know why, but TikTok pushes out a lot of Africa, a lot of Nigerians and Botswanas and all the other countries, those countries. You're going to get a lot of those in there.
Lee is in the chat. Anfield Road layout in the loft has made it in. Hello.
Yeah, but once you go on TikTok and want to start, my suggestion is, unless you want to talk to everybody that comes through, turn your DMs off and don't look at them. There's a guy on there named Gerard or Jordan. I can't remember. Anyway, he's a therapist for marriage counseling and dating counseling. And he will tell you that TikTok is like a dating app. If you don't want to see all those guys, do turn your DMs off. If you're single, well, even if you're not single, they're going to try to come and push you through, even the girls.
Travel Cake Trip says, are you using the same name on your TikTok as your YouTube? And if you decide to do a TikTok that is different from your YouTube, do you suggest a different name?
I'm using my same name on both of them because it's just easier.
Yeah, it's good for branding for me because I have multiple projects that I do, so therefore I have multiple TikToks. Cruising is fun anytime is just that. Jeremy and Cheryl Cruise Adventures is that one. I have one for Hats on a Mission. You know, there's three different TikToks because it's three different ideals that are being plugged into each one, and there's probably a different creator behind it. But if you have one concept, one idea, and you want to leave it in that niche, then it would be good. But in the event that you wanted to branch off and do other things, then in my opinion, I believe that you should have a different name, one that encompasses everything of what they can expect on that particular platform, whichever that may be.
Now, if you like my name, Adventures with Roxanne, Adventures means just about anything. So that covers my travel, my dancing, my cooking, whatever adventure I'm going to be doing, that covers it all. But if you've got a plain Jane name like Hats on a Mission, and you're going to go on a travel, and you're not talking about anything about hats,
No,
then that won't work.
no. And let's see. Travel Cake Trip says, are the DMs on TikTok the same as allowing people to comment? No, the direct messages that we receive are our DMs. Commenting and on live streaming should be there because then you can interact with your audience. And it's also it's good to have moderators as well in your TikTok, just like you would over on your YouTube as well.
Are you and
Let's
Jeremy
see.
going to go into live streaming on TikTok?
Well, she normally goes live late, and that is past my bedtime. So I don't know that we can do. I mean, we could do it right here on Creator Cabin if you feel like it, Roxy.
I don't care. I say I go live twice a day.
Okay.
Now, but if I do it on my YouTube channel, if I turn on the music or you turn on some music, it would be that I would have to go back and demonetize.
We would have to fix it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
care. I don't. I mean, I could turn on. I've got my. I use Alexa for my music, but Alexa sometimes you'll tell her to play your playlist,
Yeah.
and I have three playlists. And one day I asked her to play it, and she played something entirely different. I said, Alexa, that's not my playlist.
Right.
So Alexa sometimes it says, I'll do what I want, not what you want.
Oh, wow. Do you have your bot in sassy mode like we do?
I don't know. It's on my phone. I have her. I think there's only one setting on that one.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to get me one for the house eventually, but I haven't got yet.
Yeah. And I'm telling you, that's the kind of party it is over there on Adventures with Roxanne. I know that she would love to have you, especially on TikTok. She has that same energy every day, and I'm talking about every day. And she's blowing up, y'all. Get in before she blows up too big.
Well, I go on there and I tell the guys and girls there are several people on there. Can't think of their names at the moment, but two of them are from different countries. They're from not Poland. Anyway, they're professional singers. I said, if you want a professional singer, go to their channel. If you want to goof off, have fun, trying to lose weight, even if you can't get off your hiney and dance, you can do it in your chair.
Yep.
Because I was sick one day, didn't really feel like it, but I did it anyway. And I sat in my chair and we danced, me not feeling good, you know. And they
Yep.
like the honesty. I'm not going to take any lip off of anybody that's come through my channel. I will block you in a heartbeat. Now, this sounds silly, but Elon Musk has followed me a dozen times. Every time he comes in and he doesn't have that blue check mark beside his name, he gets blocked. If you're gonna be impersonate an actor or actress, a famous person, use your own picture. If your name is Elon Musk, because your mother liked Elon Musk and named you after him, use your own picture. Don't use theirs because you're gonna get blocked.
Yep.
Kevin Costner, no, Keanu Reeves comes in a lot, but it's not the real Keanu Reeves. Use your real. If you're, he said, my name is Keanu Reeves. I said, well, then use your own picture, not the actor's picture,
Right.
because you're still in their identity. Other than that, you're welcome to stay. Unless the guy asks me 500 times in the chat room, marry me, marry me, marry me. I love you, I love you, I love you. You're gonna get blocked too.
Yep.
After so many times, you can't take them anymore. You just say block. But that doesn't bother me that I block them.
Yep. The blue check mark means that it is a verified profile with the artist that they are impersonating. If there's no blue check mark with big celebrities, chances are somebody's went ahead and got verified on that and has verified that as a true artist channel or page. You can qualify for a blue check mark if you have, I think, 10,000 followers. You can get verified then. But yeah, that's what the blue check mark means, and that means that it's officially the artist page that is being managed by a professional company. I don't know a lot of a lot of artists that manage their own DMs and messages and things like those, or even their social media accounts.
Well, see, I
Um,
watched Rosie O'Donnell and
mhm.
Valerie Bertinelli, and then I was following the singer that died a couple of months ago. I can't remember his name. Him and his grandson sang. They all had blue check marks by their name,
Yep.
and they monitored their own because they're on there themselves doing it themselves.
Cool. Yep. Alrighty, guys. Oh, and another thing on DMs, how do you handle them? Like, do you batch check them on one day of the week, or do you just like not be bothered with them at all?
If you don't check them on a daily basis, when I had them, you're gonna if you really got a lot of followers, it's gonna add up so many that you're just gonna have to say, I'm not even looking at them at all. So I
Right.
instead of me like wanting to look at 100 or 200 a day, I just deleted them all and said I'm not having any more DMs, so I don't have to worry about them. Now you're still gonna get people commenting on your videos.
Hmm.
I can go and read those if I want to. But I just tap my video, it pull up everything, and I can just scroll up and say, okay, this one's got a long post, I'll go read it. But if I don't want to read it, I just skip it.
Right. Okay. Well, cool beans. Thank you so much for coming on to the show, Roxy. Man, this was an amazing show. I had big fun.
I
Big,
have,
big fun. That was so much more fun than crocheting and knitting, but
yeah, I
here we
enjoyed
are.
it.
We're doing big things over here on YouTube. And if you have not connected with Roxy, I really ask you to go connect with her. She is a cool person and an amazing soul to know. Yeah, this is the real deal, y'all. So be sure to follow her. Roxy, thank you so much for coming into the Creator Cabin. As always, thank you for for the chats today, y'all. Thank you so much for showing up for Roxy. Y'all really listened today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Danny D says I'm on TikTok too. I just do it for fun, and I'm always in the chat with Jeremy and Scotty J too. So yeah, thank you for the
Yeah,
shout out, Danny D. Everybody is humankind. I ask that you choose to be a kind human. Thank you so much. See you later.